All right, welcome back to the Neo4j AI Community Cast. I'm here with CK Lam from Patho AI, and we haven't met before this moment, but I heard that you're working on something really exciting that we wanted to share with the community. So
Yes.
can you tell us a little bit about what you're working on, CK?
So my project is basically abstracting knowledge from a lot of research paper. Currently, the Patho AI is part of the team. It's a part of the research that we ongoing research of pharmaceutical research for drug discovery.
Nice.
Also, we accelerate that pace by ingesting a lot of different work from different scientists. And in this space, it's a lot of discovery going on right now because a lot of new cancer drug is being discovered because there is a new breakthrough in the immunology. We call it. We could use the body immune cell to kill cancer. Have you ever heard of that? So a lot of research going on, but there's a lot of problem with it because database is massive, right?
Yeah.
Tons of papers published every year, right?
Yeah.
So there must be a way that we address this by extracting knowledge out of the massive database. MySQL is not going to cut it, right? Initially we are talking about vector database and all the LLM, connecting to traditional RAG, right?
Yep.
So that one have a lot of problem. One of the big problems is hallucination.
Yep.
We can't get accurate data, and also what we want from a lot of for a lot of my customer, they actually are part of the scientist group of scientists working in pharmaceutical, doing their daily work, on their quest for cancer cure or something, But basically, they have also daily job is to ingest a lot of paper from other scientists, right?
Right.
Collaborative. So what we provide is a layer of that wisdom. For extracting, data that is relation, like for example, traditional RAG does not have relationship at all.
Exactly.
So what makes us different is that Neo4j offer the totally different platform where we actually do a lot of analysis on the relationship between one expert domain versus the other. Because in the pharmaceutical, different scientists have different interests.
Right.
When you have different interests, that means you have different knowledge domain, a specialized domain that they are interested in. So our tool is actually leverage that and actually build a template out of that. The template is actually a relationship template that maps the interest.
Interesting.
Yeah, their particular research interest, and then establish that knowledge within that domain expert. So we call it that specific domain is actually specific wisdom-driven, expert system.
So tell me a little bit about how you actually create the graph itself. Is it based on tags? Do you use NLP? Do you use LLMs? Like, how do you actually take a new research paper? How does it become knowledge?
So basically, we have a standard way in which taxonomy is being extracted, right?
Yeah.
So particularly different scientists has different, they are looking for different things. So we establish that taxonomy, we call it template.
Yeah.
Right? Whatever you call it, but it's just like a YAML file that there's have keyword inside that we can actually look for the particular topic within that paper. And when we use that template to scrap the existing database, which is a normal database that store all the documentation using traditional RAG.
Yeah.
But once the extraction is done, that storage is actually being stored in the graph.
Got it.
So that graph will contain the particular domain interest that scientists are interested in this particular. For example, the data scientist is very interested in this particular antigen.
Right.
That they want to cure that cancer because this antigen is actually causing a lot of cancer and it's proliferating, and the behavior of that pathway of that particular drug is not actually targeting it. And then there's a lot of paper on that. They want to find that particularly which particular paper does address this. And
that particular
with
one,
that template, we actually zoom down very quickly, like a binary tree.
Yeah.
Very quickly with that relationship, we can route and let the large language model route to the right place to get the right answer. Very quickly.
So when you get that response back, it's a combination of the unstructured data and the pathway itself?
It's a combination of unstructured data where there's tons of papers.
Yep.
And then we have this template that kind of bias that unstructured data to become a very structured data.
I love
that
it.
structure doesn't adhere to all general public, like general scientists. It's only adhere to that guy that is interested in this particular gene that is targeting the antigen that produce that drug. So that search is actually specified for that particular people.
Really?
So all the scientists want to do daily to massage his expert system to cater to his need is to massage his Mayama file.
Got
to look
it.
for keyword that he said that maybe the result might not be accurate, and he can refine that. And by the end of the test of this, we call it the wisdom pipeline.
Yes.
They get to their answer very quickly.
Got it.
And then the system will keep on going. Automation will keep on going because it's a GPT-4 will go out and scrap all the papers from the archive and all this publication. And then that will solve his problem.
Yeah.
Too. Yeah.
So have you seen the researchers that have used the tool and have actually found some new and interesting things too?
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Basically, based on this engine, based on this pipeline, we are able to let them actually explore gap between things that they already have. Like 100 people are working on the same topic, 100 scientists.
Right.
And then nobody is working on particular thing that might be interesting. Then they actually discover that gap between this. And then they actually able to do with a proper prompt engineering, we call it, right?
Yes.
Instruct the GPT-4. He actually can do a very guided hypothesis generation. You know, Gen AI is notoriously good in doing hallucination, creative garbage, right? Actually, artistic stuff is good.
It's very creative, but it's not information specific and
scientists
validated.
Don't want to do that. Scientists don't want to look at all this hallucinating.
No, they don't want creation, they want information.
So with this guidance, it will kind of reduce the probability of hallucinating to the usefulness.
Yes.
We're actually generating some usefulness for LLM. No longer the scientists skeptical of it. Hey, if I use ChatGPT-4 today to do hypothesis generation, it probably will give me garbage.
Yeah.
Based on the vector database they have and sort out different data together, right? So this one is no. This one is because it's guided by the taxonomy and the ontology is very close to what he wants.
Got it.
And if he discovers something undiscovered, that might be something that he can work on.
That's fantastic.
For the next step of undiscovered drug.
So how did the researchers find you?
I was funded by NSF.
Wonderful.
There is a couple of people from Maryland Maryland State University of Maryland.
Yeah.
We have a big group, and then slowly and we have grown the community, and then I introduced to them, you can't do vector database.
You need more. You need more than just the vector.
You need more firepower. Need more, relationship established, like wisdom, right? I keep saying wisdom is because this is a time. It's exciting time, because large language model is good for a lot of like natural NLBU, others natural language processing.
Yeah.
But they have the ability to, if you guide it properly, there might be a time where actually they can do discovery and real scientific discovery. I believe if we can leverage this more and make them practice this, they can be their sidekick of discovery.
Yeah. I mean, that's what we really want AI to be, right? We want AI to be able to move humanity forward.
A lot of, different artistic stuff that is really nice looking, and video and kitty cat, kitty cat. It's just time that we can use it for real discovery. It's not like surpassing our intelligence, but some kind of mimicking what we do. Every day how the scientists work, we can actually mimic that from the point of their wisdom discovery into a knowledge graph.
Yeah.
The activity I'm doing with large language model combining with Neo4j is impressive. Just combining also traditional like Postgrad, right?
Yeah.
You have Postgrad storing many data, a lot of data unstructured, and then eventually you will have to have a structuralized way to address, problem, that accuracy problem. One of them. I believe you have other people that work on accuracy of a RAG system, right?
Yes, we do.
And then they're being.
I'll be talking about it later today.
Yeah. This is one of the important things, because a scientific discovery, you don't want to mess with data and give hallucinating answer.
Yeah, being able to actually trace to that source document and understand the explainability.
Not only that, you can establish the we call it chain of thought.
Yes.
It's actually tied to a chain of knowledge.
Yes.
A chain of knowledge. That's a new one.
Chain of knowledge.
Yeah.
Wisdom is the chain of knowledge, according to CK Lam.
Yeah.
So tell me this, when you think about tech going forward, is there a particular invention or area that you're looking forward to seeing what's possible?
What I'm doing now is sort of, you can see that I always, my AI pipeline is always talk to the scientists, hand them the YAML file, teach them how to use Neo4j and generate that template. My thinking about the next step function will be autonomous, doing this autonomously. You can actually use an agent, AI agent, orchestrate a lot of collaborative agent, we call it agentic flow, agentic knowledge extractor. Well, how about that?
There you go.
Agentic knowledge extractor.
There you go.
You don't have to tell him anything. You just need to say, find me the next new discovery to cure cancer.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that'd be so interesting.
Go in and do
well, it'd just be so interesting to see even just the pathways of where it got to, right? So even if maybe that particular research doesn't pan out, but just having a better understanding of what some of those viable pathways are, I think in and of itself is going to have value.
I believe my tool is like a Swiss Army knife tool right now to the scientists. Combined with those big investment like Google, right? You heard about the AlphaFold 3?
Yep.
Which is like, prior to that kind of activity, like 10 years ago, I worked for a company called D. Shaw and Company. They do molecule dynamic simulation. It's actually what AlphaFlow is doing is simulating
the simulations,
and predicting what the ill-formed protein cause disease, right?
Yeah.
So they do a lot of simulation and a prediction using AI, deep mind people. So we can combine that.
Put those things together.
With the knowledge of
with the research, the wisdom.
The problem now is how some pharmaceutical company use their scientists. The scientists has different domain, different expertise. How I can autonomously document their knowledge into a system that if their work can be passed on, maybe.
Oh my God, fascinating.
This knowledge graph can pass on knowledge.
Yeah.
If you want talking about, I mean, there is a potential on that stepping function you're talking about.
Yeah. I mean, and that's really what we want to do.
Maybe
we want to be
one
able
day
to
will be extinct, and the knowledge graph is the one that store how the human.
There you
evolve,
go.
right?
Well, I mean, it's so CK's working on the first step of taking how we put things together in our brain and putting it into a structure in the graph. CK, thank you so much for sharing your use case and your story with us.
Thank you very much.
On a side note, I'm going to say you should definitely submit a conference abstract. We got a virtual conference in the fall called Nodes, and we're currently accepting papers or conference talk submissions. So I would love to see you submit this because I think it could be really interesting to the graph community.
I'm still gathering a lot of my fellow scientists to produce that paper.
I love it. I love it. CK, thank you so much. It was great to have you. We look forward to everything that you're doing in the future.
Thank you very much.
All right. Take care.
Thank you.